Today we are looking at approximation. Approximation has different parts. To approximate is to make a number to appear in a moderate way. To approximate, reduce a number to a moderate size. Maybe the number is long and you want to reduce it to a moderate size. You approximate. You can round off, you can round down. Approximation. Let's first look at significant figures SF and decimal places. Decimal places you can approximate numbers to two significant figures to any number of significant figures and any number of decimal places. Let's take some examples. For example, we can have a number like this. Let's approximate it to two significant figure, three significant figure, then four significant figure. If you look at this number 2SF, you just count two numbers. The first two, you stop there. So you are supposed to write 1. But before you write the second one, you remember two significant figure. You start counting from the beginning. The first non-zero digit, this is non-zero digit, second non-zero digit. So you stop at the second number because you are told two significant figure. Now, before you stop at your second number, before you write the second number, look at the next digit to it. The next digit is 6. That means you are going to round up. Round up means you are turning that 6 to 0 and adding 1 to 7. From 5 to 9, from digits that ranges from 5 to 9, and from digits that ranges from 0 to 4, we call them round down. That is, we are not going to add any digit. If, for example, this 6 is between 0 to 4, let's say this is not 6, it's 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. That means we're going to round down. We will write 17 without adding any 1 to 7, without saying 7 plus 1. We'll write it the way it is. But from 5 to 9, we will round up, meaning we are going to add 1 to this 7. So instead of me saying two significant figure is 17, I'll write 18 because I'm adding 1 to this 7. Then it will become 8. Then how many 0 down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not only this one I will turn to 0. By rounding up to 7 to 8, I will turn everything to 0. So I will now have 0. How many 0? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will now have this. Instead of 1,667,078, I now have 1,800,000. You can see that 1,800,000 is still very close to 1,767,000. For example, you may be owing somebody this amount and you don't have change to give the person. You can easily round up to 1.8 million. 1,800,000 because of this change. You don't have the change, and the difference between this and this is not much. You can just decide to pay the person 1,800,000 instead of 1,767,078 naira. So this is how to round up to two significant figure. To 3 SF, we will count 3. We'll count 3. 1, 2, 3. We'll stop here. 1, 7, 6. But before you write your 7, the next digits is a senior digit, right? Between 5 and 9, we call it senior digit. So we're going to round up by adding 1 to this 6. Then we're going to write 7. The remaining digit will be 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next one, we have 4 significant figures. So we count 4 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we write 1, 7, 6, 7. In this case, this number is from 0 to 4. That means we are rounding down. We will not add anything to 7. We leave it as it is. 1, 7, 6, 7. So then 0, 0, 0. This is how to handle significant figures. Let's combine decimal places this time around. I will use the same figure to demonstrate how to write a number in a number of SF and in a number of DP. If I say DP, I mean decimal places. If I say SF, I mean significant figure. Now, look at the number on the board. The number on the board is a decimal number, and we want to approximate to 2SF. 2SF means 2 significant figure. So we stop at 4.6. We start counting from the first non-zero digit, from the beginning of the digit, or let's say from the beginning of the number. You start counting. When it comes to significant figure, you start counting from the first non-zero digit. You start counting from the beginning. You start counting from the beginning. But when it comes to decimal places, you start counting from after your decimal point. Now, 2SF, you start counting from the first non-zero digit from the beginning. 4.6, 1, 2, you stop there. The remaining one is not important. This is 2SF. 3SF, you count 1, 2, 3, 4.6. But before you write your third number, if you look at this one, is a senior digit, right? You round up, turn everything to 0, add 1 to this. So we have this one. This is 3SF. Then 2DP. You cannot count from the beginning this time around because it is decimal places. So you start counting from the decimal point. 2DP means 1, 2. After decimal, 1, 2. You stop here. So 2DP is 4.61. You stop here. 2 decimal place. 1, 2. But this 7 is a senior digit. You add 1 here. You round up to 61 instead of 60. Then 3DP. You count 1, 2, 3. This one will become 8 because of this 7. So you write 4.6, 1, 2, 3. 4.608. 4 decimal place. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one will become 8. 4.6078. So this is how to approximate to different number of SF and different numbers of DP. We have seen a whole number. We have seen the one that has decimal, and let's see a decimal number that begins with 0. So let's use the same thing here. Approximate to 2SF, 2 significant figure, meaning we start counting from the first non-zero digits. 1, 2, right? 0.46. We are adding 1 because of this 9. We are adding 1 to this. 3SF, 1, 2, 3. If you pick 1 to add to this place, it becomes 10, right? 1, 2, 3. We're supposed to stop at 9. But this 8, the next digit to the 9, is a senior digit. So you turn it to 0. You turn everything to 0 and add 1. When you add 1 to 9, 9 becomes 10. So you can't write 10. You turn this 9 again to 0 and add 1 to this. So it turns to 0.46. You discover that rounding off to approximating to 2SF and 3SF give us the same value. Give us the same value because when you approximate to 3SF, it falls into 9. And when you add 1 to 9, you can write 10. It becomes 10. You can write 10. You write 0 and add 1. So 2SF and 3SF are giving us the same value. Then to 2DP, you can't. 1, 2, right? So you now have 0.46 2DP. 3DP again, 1, 2, 3. Right? This is 8. You add 1. So it's giving us the same thing again for 3DP. 0.46. To 4DP, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you turn this one to 0, you add 1 here, become 9. We now have 0.4599. This is 4DP. You can see the different figures, the same figure from here to here, and you can see the different way of approximating them, and they are giving us the same value. So this is how to approximate a number that starts with 0, a number that is not up to 1. This is how to approximate it. Sometimes you hear a different language. They can use a different language to tell you to approximate. We can approximate to nearest 10, nearest 100, nearest 1,000, etc. Later we are going to do nearest tenth. I hope I won't forget. Nearest hundreds with TH, and nearest 1,000. Let me write it there so I won't forget. So we have nearest 10, 100, and 1,000. At the same time, we have nearest tenths, hundredths, and nearest thousands. When it comes to decimal places, we use tenths. When you are approximating decimal numbers, we use tenths for 10, hundredths for 100, and thousands for 1,000. We're going to see it. We're going to see it as we proceed. Now let's give this number, approximate this particular number now. Let's write 7, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. So to approximate this number to nearest 10, for example, nearest 10, nearest 10. You can also write your 10 like this. Nearest 10 or nearest 10. You can write like this, like this. Nearest 10 means this one is unit. This one is 10. So nearest 10 means you are going to stop here. You write the whole number and stop at nearest 10. This is unit, unit digit, 10 digit, tens, units, tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, million, tens of million. Yes, unit. Here is tens. Here is 100. Here's what? 1,000. You can also write it down. We normally write like this. If we have a number like this, so we call this one units. This one is tens. This one is hundreds. This one is 1,000, on and on like that. So now let's look at nearest 10. The second digit is 10. This is unit. This is 10. So we are stopping here. We write 8, 7, 4, 5, 6. 8, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Before you write your 1, look at this next digit. It's between 0 and 4. So we are going to round down. you will write 1 as it is. You cannot turn it to 2. You cannot add 1 to 1 to make 2, because you see this digit is a junior digit, so you're writing 1 0. This is nearest 10. Another way to know, another formula to know is that how many 0 do you have in 10? You have only 1 0. So at the end of the day, you're going to have only 1 0. Now, to nearest 100 now. Nearest 100, you notice that 100 has 3 0. I mean 2 0. So at the end of the day, your answer will have only 2 0. That's another shortcut. So let's look at it. Nearest 100, here is unit. Here is what? Tens. Here is 100. So nearest 100 we stop here. So we are stopping here, nearest 100. So let's write 8 7 4 6 4 5 6 7. Nearest 100, right? 7. Nearest 100. So the next one will be turned to 0. Assuming this one is 5, we'll add 1 to this. But the junior number, we write 0 0. This is nearest 100. Now let's do nearest 1000. Nearest 1000. Nearest 1000. We're going to count unit, tens, 100,000. So 1000 stop here. 1000 stop here. So we are stopping here. 8 7 4 5 6. Before you write your 6, the next digit is a senior digit. So you round up. You turn everything to 0. You turn everything to 0 and add 1 to this place. So you have 0 0 0. This is nearest 1000, and so on and so forth. As I said, another formula to adopt: nearest 10 we have 1 0. Nearest 100 we have 2 0. Why? Because 100 has 2 0. Nearest 1000 we have 3 0, because 1000 has a 3 0. That's another way to understand it. Another way to know it. Now let's look at nearest tenth, the one with th now. When it comes to decimal number. When it comes to decimal number, we say nearest tenths, nearest hundredths, nearest thousands. So in that case, the number will be in decimal number. Let's write like this. You can start with 0, you can start with anything. And you can also begin with 0. So now nearest 10 means the first one is a tenth. The trick is to write 1 here. After 1, what's the next one? 0 0 0. So you can see under the decimal point, put 1. Here means nearest 10. 7 means nearest 10. 8 is nearest 100. 9 is what? Nearest 1000. So the trick here is to put 1 under the point. Then write 0 under each of the digits. Under 7, write 0. Under 8, write 0. Under 9, write 0. What this means is that 7 will give you 10. That is nearest tenths. 8 will give you 100. Nearest hundreds. 9 will give you 1000. Nearest 1000. If you want to approach this, make this number to nearest 10, see how you write it. You write your 4 5 6 4 5 4. Nearest 10 is the first number. Point 7 is the 10, right? As you can see, 7 is the nearest tenth. But before you write your 7, the next digit is senior. So you add 1 to that 7, become 8. This nearest tenth. Nearest 100, you write 4 5 4 5 4.7. Nearest 10. Nearest 100, you can see, falls under 8. But before you write your 8, this 9 is a senior digit. You add 1 to this 8, become 9. Instead of writing 8, you write 9. Nearest 1000, the 1000 falls under 9. So you cannot write 9. And there is the next number to 9 is 7, senior digit. You add 1 to 9 and it becomes 10. You can't write it. So you add 1 to this one, become 9. So we have the same number, 454.79. So nearest 100 and nearest 1000 give us the same value, because the moment you add 1 to 9 becomes 10. You can't write 10. You now turn the 1 to this place. So you now have 7800. So this is nearest tenth, nearest what now? Nearest 100 and nearest thousands. Now the next one we are going to is nearest whole number. Sometimes you are told to approximate a number to nearest whole number. Let's just take this one. If you are approximating to nearest whole number, the whole numbers stop here. These are the whole numbers and these are the decimal numbers. To approximate this number to nearest whole number, you simply stop at 454. But if you look at the next digit to it, it's a senior digit. Because it's a senior digit, you add 1 to this 4, become 5. So 455 is to approximate this digit, this number to nearest whole number. Sometimes it can be money. You can be told to approximate this number to nearest naira. Let's say you have 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6. If you are to approximate to nearest naira, so this is the whole number. Nearest naira means 6, 7, 8. The next digit is a junior digit. It's not up to 5. So we leave it as it is. This is nearest naira. And if it is kobo, you are told to approximate a particular money. Let's say the money is in kobo. And this is 6. They say approximate to nearest kobo. So you still look at your whole number. Your whole number is this, 6, 7, 8. If you look at the next digit is a senior digit. So you add 1 to this. This nearest kobo. You are approximating to nearest kobo. Then sometimes it is place value. Okay? Sometimes you can be asked about place value. What is the place value of 8? The place value of 8 here, as I told you, it is unit. How many units? We call it 8 units. The place value of 7 here is tens. Right? Tens. How many tens? 7 tens. The place value of 6 here is what? Is hundreds. Hundreds. How many hundreds? 6 hundreds. So this is how to identify place value of any digit. Place value of 8 here is 8. Is units. How many units? 8 units. Here is tens. How many tens? 7 tens. Here is hundreds. How many hundred? 600. Then the place value of 6 here, as we have said it before, this is the decimal number this time around. So you write your 1 here, 0 here, 0 here, 0 here. The place value of 6 here is tenths. The first number is tenths. This is tenths. This is hundreds. This is thousands. Tenths, the first one. Second one, hundreds. Unlike this one, the first one is called unit. Whole number, the first one is unit. Second is tens. But for the decimal number, the first one is not units, it's tenths with th. Second one, hundreds with th. Third one, thousand with th. So the place value of 6 here is tenths. How many tenths? 6 tenths. And 6 tenths is written as 6 over 10. Why this one? Place value of 5 here is hundreds. How many hundreds? 5 hundreds with th. Then 500 is written as 5 over 100. The place value of 6 here is thousands, or 6 over, either you write thousands or you write 6,000 or 6 over 1,000. As you can see, 6 over 1,000, 5 over 1,000. Sorry, 5 over 100, 6 over 1,000, 5 over 100, 6 over 10. Or simply write tenths or 6 tenths. Simply write hundreds or 500, thousand or 600, or 6 over 1,000 or 6,000, or 6 over 1,000. So we've come to the end of approximation. If you have problem with approximation before, I believe by now you will not have a problem with approximation. Support this channel by subscribing to it and press the notification button. Have a beautiful time.